Hi, it's Diane. I've got some videos or some journals to show you. I don't know how many videos it will take. This is what I've done over the last 2 weeks. This one was a custom order, and I already did a video on this one. This one will go in my shop. These two will go in my shop, and this one is a gift. So I will start with these two small journals that will go in my shop. These are Traveler's Notebook. Now you may remember that I had gotten some vintage paperback novels, and I had made, I think, 3 Traveler's Notebooks with the illustrations from those covers. And I did 2 more, and I think I still have 3 novels left to use. So I'll get to them when I can. But I have the 2 that I'm going to be listing in my shop. I tied this one with this pretty new fiber that I also have in my shop. And it's a pattern cardstock for the cover. And I cut the illustration out of this girl's part of her face with the sunglasses with the reflection. I thought it was cute. And the name of the book is Jean and Johnny, and it's a Beverly Cleary book. And I didn't know if the purchaser would want somebody else's names because it's Jean and Johnny, and the person that buys it might not be named Jean or Johnny. But I saved that and just turned it into a journaling tag, which is in the inside pocket. But I thought this little girl's face was cute, and then I just decorated it with some flowers, roses from a magazine, a doily, some Tim Holtz lettering here, and some mint green tickets. And as you can see, as I showed you, it has a uniquely handmade limited edition on the back. Inside, I used the dark floral, I think it's called. That's what this is from. One of the hot buys at Michael's. I did a video on those paper pads that I bought. So this is a cut apart from that, and I just stamped "This book belongs to" on it. And this is also a cut apart from it, and this was something I printed from the internet a long time ago. It's got an inventory tag tucked in here, and a journaling card that was a cut apart, and then this that I already showed you. I also used just some of the pattern paper that I have in my stash. So this is a fabric collage with this really nice bright trim, and it unravels pretty bad. I taped the end of it on my spool, but I let the unraveled end just kind of hang there and look decorative. It's stitched so it won't ravel anymore. I'm gonna sneeze. Just because I said I was going to sneeze, now I'm not going to sneeze. Okay, so here's a little piece that I stamped a hand on, and then there's some journaling pieces here. This is just a short page, and I put a piece of pink lace as a little pocket. And this is something I stamped and die cut, and I have a little pink tag in there. And there's a ribbon tab. Some stamping here, and a Dina Wakley stamp there. And this says "Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful." This is vintage, easy on the eye paper, and it has a number at the top. And this is from a vintage fashion book. I believe it was from the 80s. Yeah, it's from the 80s. But it has some interesting pictures in it. And then I just decorated the pages with these fashion pages with some of my Jane Davenport washi tape. And then I covered the writing with, this is an inventory tag, and I just took the top of it off, and this is the back side of the tag. And then I used the top part as a little tuck here. And this is 7 Gypsies Ledger cardstock. These little interesting tags I cut with my Cricut. This is some of the really pretty lady washi tape that I got from Lori Jagadish from her Etsy shop, The Everyday Journal. And there's a ribbon stitched up there for a tab. This says "Delight in Little Things." There's some music paper here, and a little piece of the paper with some vintage rickrack. And then I cut some of the cardstock paper into a tag, put some embroidery thread in there, and this is a printable from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. This is a little pocket that I cut with my Cricut, and I can't remember if it's tags, bags, boxes and things, or the Fabulous Finds. I think it's Fabulous Finds, but I'm not sure. But whichever it is, I don't think it's made anymore as a Cricut cartridge. But as you can see, it cuts the pocket with little thumb tabs, thumb pulls, and then it has little cards that fit right in there. This is some fabric stitched on the edge. There's some stenciling there. A little piece of ledger, which I think I bought from A Tattered Dream on Etsy. There's a little scrap of that Seven Gypsies ledger paper, and there's a little scrap of fabric stitched here, a little arrow glued on, and then these tabs I also cut with my Cricut. This one was from Tags, Bags, Boxes, and More. And there's the 80s lady. Some fabric stitched on here, and it says you can't skip and be unhappy at the same time down there. A Mary Engelbreit card. And it's even got a design in the middle. And then I covered up the back where the writing was with a Rolodex card. Some stenciling and a little ribbon tab. A guest check. Some journaling here. And I used a journaling card, stitched it on as a pocket, and I collaged a few pieces on there for decoration. And then this is a journaling card tucked in there. Some more Jane Davenport washi. Another one of the lady stamps. Or washies, I mean. This is a notepad sheet that I picked up at Walmart with the Valentine stuff. And they weren't too Valentine-y, so I got this sheet, or this tablet that has the days of the week. And this list pad. And this. I had to trim a little bit off the sides for it to fit. And I'm going to reach here. I also picked up the little ones that go with it. I thought they'd be nice for journaling spots in my journals. And here's a piece of the music sheet, and it's got some journaling places. This is a little tiny library pocket that I made with my Cricut, and it's got some postage stamps on it and a little tag that I got from Victoria Designs, a digital tag. I had to trim a little bit off the edges of that too to make it fit in this little pocket. I'll get that in later. There's some fabric here. This is a piece of fabric with a perfume bottle printed on it. Another lady. This is a printable. I don't remember where I got it, but it's a little journaling tag. I like this owl fabric that I stitched on the edge here. Some stamping in the corner. There's one of the list pages. And here's the back. I used a photo from a magazine to cover just decorate the back, and made a pocket out of a scrap of the cardstock. This is I printed from the internet years ago, and it has my signature here and just a white journaling card in there. So this one is called See Possibility Everywhere. And then the next one is A Girl Can Dream. This cover was, well, both of the covers were in bad shape on these novels, so I trimmed off the tattered edges, and the word the letter A was almost, you couldn't even read it. So I cut this letter out of a magazine and just added that on here. And apparently she's dreaming about being happy. I added that on there. And then I used washi tape to cover up some of the writing on the cover. This is a pretty, I think it's Prima cardstock, pattern cardstock. and I use this fringy trim at the top. I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker. This pattern, this Prima cardstock is double-sided. And I also use the cut aparts from the same stack that I used for the other one. More fabric. This one I stitched down the middle because the lace was a little bit narrower, so I wanted to make sure that the tags weren't going to slide around in there and fall out. It's very much the same. It's another pocket with the cards inside. Lots of fabric stitched in here, both as flips and edge decorations. And just little pieces of collage. Library pocket with little stamps again. Both stamps picture Olympic skating. This piece of fabric is the selvage with all the color samples on it. Pretty lace. I love that piece of lace. And so this one is called A Girl Can Dream. So these two will be listed in my Etsy shop, Pretty Pink Cottage, and I will list that or link it below. And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much.